In this week's episode, we discuss problems in the Crucible, how to balance weapons, what we want from the Taken King, PvE content length, and more here on the Loot Cave. Hello everybody, what's up? My name is J4 Gaming, and today we're going to be starting off our first podcast over here on the Loot Cave. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves, starting off with the 12th man?
Hey, what's good, everyone? You already know what it is. It's your boy, the 12th man, and I'm one of the moderators for the Loot Cave. You should already know who I am, though.
And Pico.
Hey, what's going on? Apparently, I'm the first guest on the Loot Cave, and I'm excited to be part of this podcast. It'll be interesting. Let's go.
Yes.
All right.
I like the name of this podcast, by the way. It's freaking fantastic. I think it's pretty cool. The Loot Cave. You said the Loot Cave.
Oh, that's the channel name.
Oh, well,
We don't know the name of this yet.
Oh, you don't know what?
We're planning the Fallen Frontier, but I don't know.
I think the Loot Cave podcast would actually be cool.
Okay, let's do that then. Cool.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
we're so for that.
that's just me talking out of my ass, but I mean.
Well, your ass is good. Let's go.
Oh.
Oh boy, that sounded weird. Anyways, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and start off. So our first topic here is going to be the Crucible, and we all know how bad the Crucible is right now in Destiny. We got these huge problems, namely Thorn, with more Thorn, and I think another problem on there's got to be Thorn.
Yeah,
So-
probably.
Matador, Belt Winters.
Yeah,
Thorn.
Matador, Party Crasher, Phil
Party
Winters,
Crasher.
all that stuff. But
Namely shotguns with stupid ass range.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I don't think the range is a problem. I think the blink with the range is
That is
Oh,
also a
that
problem,
is the
especially because
problem.
like so many Guardians have the hardest time getting away from that blink. I've heard people come with strategies like walking fun of it. I'm like, that sounds like an awful idea.
you know what's funny? I think blink is pretty much just lag built into the
Built in.
character. Blink would be basically your character just lagging out of the place if you double jumped, but it just given to you as a power. It's crazy.
Basically.
Yeah.
And with real lag, it gets worse.
Oh God.
But
God.
I mean,
Yeah,
of course, we got all these problems. You know, we got the shotguns, we got the mainly the exotic hand cannons. I wouldn't say too much Hawkmoon if anything, although it is a problem just because of the range it has. But
Yeah.
like, I don't know how many times you guys have gone to the Crucible and like the last word is like 2 shots you instantly. But that
It's pretty
personally
bad.
kills me. Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Especially, I mean, namely the place where this probably is the worst is just Trials of Osiris.
Yeah.
Oh,
When you
hell,
just hop
yeah.
in, you know, you get
Yeah.
the one team that's full of exotic hand cannons. You're just like, yeah, we're gonna lose, guys. I'm sorry.
And they're also
Well-
sun singers. And
And they're all sun singers.
Oh God.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yep. I just think it's bad, like as far as the way Crucible is at the moment. Like I remember having the best time of Crucible was during the beta because nobody had exotics. It was all green and blue weapons probably.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind
The
of hard for me. Yeah. No,
Alpha 2.
yeah, alpha. I didn't play the alpha. I played the beta, but I mean, you saw people using all different stuff during those times. But I think now that everybody has exotic hand cannons, it's kind of in a sad state of affairs right now.
I mean,
Yeah,
speaking
everyone
of,
was using white weapons.
Yeah.
You should go back and use white weapons again.
I just want to bust out my original auto rifle, man. That'd be
Just
beautiful.
what I'm about to say. Yeah. Like, you guys remember when we used to use auto rifles in the Crucible, or at
yeah.
all for that matter? Remember Suros, man?
Oh,
Miss that
Suros
thing.
was so good.
Man, it's kind of sad to me because I never felt like, I don't know about you guys, but I never really felt like there was a problem with auto rifles as much as it was a problem with Suros.
Yeah, I think it was Suros that was a big problem.
So, you know, they just buffed auto rifles, or not buffed, they nerfed auto rifles as a whole.
Yeah.
Then they buffed pulse rifles, which even, I think they're good at spot right now.
Yeah.
But just compared to the exotic hand cannons, they're just not a chance, you know?
With the exception of Red Death, of course.
Red,
'cause
yeah.
Red
Hey,
Death is probably the best counter to Thorn because of that
Exactly. It's
perk.
the only counter.
It's
Yeah,
the
only
one.
counter.
It's closest thing to a counter. I wouldn't even call it a counter just yet because I mean, if you get 2 headshots on and the guy decides to, or just 2 body shots, if anything, if the guy just gets 2 body shots in you on Thorn and leaves, you know, what are you gonna do about it?
Exactly. He already has the win in the bag at that point.
Yeah.
You know,
if you have thumbs and you have Red Death, then you'll be fine.
the thing is, like, I really feel like Bungie is gonna leave it in there. You know, they're not gonna take away the damage over time.
No.
But aside from nerfing it, I really hope there is maybe a piece of armor that does prevent that effect from happening, whether it be a Sunsinger grenade or a Thorn burning you. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
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 I-
But
I wish you can find a way to stop that burning effect, because you know, with like solar grenades,
yeah.
like say if you're on the map Rusted Lands, if you get in the water, it will like go away, right? Like
That's
the
an interesting
burning
concept.
effect will go away.
Yeah, kind of like the cleansing in the middle of a
Yeah,
Templar.
it's like
I have
yeah,
no
like
idea.
that. So I wish there was something like that that could stop the burning.
Granted, if you were at a certain part of the map, it kind of screwed people over if you had certain people in other areas. But I mean, I could see that certainly working. But
Yeah.
it'd be kind of weird to implement.
It just kind of sucks that like pretty much one gun dominates the entire PvP game space. And any sort. I mean, I understand the setting that Destiny is because it has supers and all sorts of crazy shit. It's not based in reality whatsoever. But the fact that one gun completely ruins any sort of maybe minute form of meta gameplay in PvP is a little bit ridiculous. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, you heard my commentary. It's the only gun that makes you fucking scramble once you get shot by it. It's ridiculous. Like once you get shot, you're not gonna stand still and try to kill the guy. You're gonna fucking
you're gonna
run
leave.
away.
You're gonna run.
Yeah. And the same thing when you have the thorn and you're shooting somebody, you shoot them twice and then you fucking leave.
Yep.
It's stupid. There's no gunfight involved, man.
And
you're just fucking shooting and running.
Yeah, no. I mean, it even gets worse because like, actually we just talked about, the only counter to Thorn is Red Death, but is it really? I think the only counter to Thorn is Thorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
So people are gonna be running out with these same loadouts. It's literally just the entire Crucible playlist is Thorn and Fail Winters. That's it. That's and it's especially bad when you run into a map like the Anomaly, where wherever you run into a corner, you're gonna get shotgunned in the face because I'm running a Praise Revenge and then somebody shoots me in the face because I can't quick scope in time, I guess. But it's just pretty bad. It's pretty bad in the Crucible right now. I mean, the rewards are there pretty good. Especially because you get a Matador and all that stuff from it.
Now with Felt Winters, I really don't have that much of a problem with it because you can only get it like once a week. Because it's an Iron Banner weapon. The one-shot guns I have problems with are Party Crasher and Matador because they're so easy to get.
Yeah, I just got one.
Yeah, like all you do is play Crucible, and they pop up randomly. But if you keep playing, you'll eventually get one.
Yeah.
So.
I don't have as much of a problem with shotguns. Like I understand the range does need to be tweaked, but my biggest thing is Thorn because it sucks having a billion weapons in the game, regardless if they're exotic or legendary, and not having the opportunity to use them because it's just not competitive. And
it can't put up a fight.
Yeah, and there's always going to be people like, well, I could fucking do well with the yada yada. It's like, go fuck yourself, man. like, you might be able to, but guess what? The majority probably can't, and that's what makes it not fun,
Yeah, that's the thing about Destiny. Like, I remember when Destiny first came out, I used to compare it a lot with Borderlands because you know how Borderlands has a lot of guns too.
Yeah.
A lot of guns that you want to use, but the fact is you have all these guns, but you can't use them because they just can't compete with a certain type of gun or a certain type of class and whatnot. So
yeah, the time to kill was way too fast with the Thorn or the Last Word, and that's what ruins it.
Well, I want to ask you this: do you think they should not buff? Do you think they should nerf hand cannons as a whole?
No, fuck no. I think because if you use a legendary hand cannon, it's about 3 shots to the head if you're accurate, and maybe the range is a little bit too good as of right now. Maybe taper that back a bit because at this point, hand cannons could outsnipe scout rifles, which shouldn't happen. But just hand cannons in general, I think they're an okay place. It's just it's just those exotics that ruin the meta for the hand cannon gameplay. Yeah,
because here's my thing. It's like if they just nerf Thorn by itself. I made a video about this, but if they just nerf Thorn by itself, then the people who use Thorn in Crucible, they'll just jump to the next exotic hand cannon, which will probably be Last Word.
Yeah.
And then people will complain about the Last Word, and they said this gun should be nerfed.
Already happened,
and it's just gonna keep going.
I'm complaining about both right now.
Yeah.
So if you nerf from both, what's gonna happen?
Hawkmoon.
Well, Hawkmoon. Yeah. Well,
for
at least for PlayStation players, not. Xbox players won't get it till like what, August, September.
September,
yeah. So
yeah.
Well, yeah, that's my thoughts about that. So
I actually saw. Yep. You good?
But also, I do want to say this: they need to buff other weapon classes, auto rifles especially.
Oh yeah.
But I also think fusion rifles and maybe scout rifles need
agree.
a little bit of a boost too, except for Vex, of course. But
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, who uses a fusion rifle in Crucible anymore?
I did today. I got a couple of good kills, but
You're that guy.
Yeah, but in general, yeah. But the thing is, like, what I like knowing is the fact that like a fusion rifle, uh, it's gonna beat a shotgun at a certain distance. Like when you're far enough away from a shotgunner that he can't get you, but your fusion rifle could get him. But as far as scout rifles, I do think they're in an okay spot. It's just like I said, the hand cannons have a little bit too much range at this point. But auto rifles definitely need a buff in both areas because they're useless right now. There's no point in using an auto rifle in PvP or in PvE.
Yeah, you basically bring your team down if you're using them in trials. You're putting yourself at a disadvantage, really.
Yep.
And just a quick thing, by the way, I saw something on, I think it was Reddit, where somebody came up with an interesting proposition as how we could fix the problem with shotguns instead of nerfing the range. Somebody said instead of, like, have you guys played Black Ops 2?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So basically, the weapon they're referring to is the KSG, where you have a lot of range, but you have one bullet.
Oh, making it slug rounds, basically.
Slug round, yes. So what do you guys think about that?
That could work, but I mean, then they would have to turn every shotgun into a slug round. Like there'll be absolutely no spread. I don't know about that, but I like the idea of it.
It could probably work for a nice exotic.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Having to be super accurate at that point.
Yeah, but at least that requires skill unlike some other shotguns. So I'd be happy about it.
But with lag being so bad already in Crucible.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's pretty bad right now.
We're still talking about Crucible, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I can take care of something. I will say this though, it's funny how I'm complaining that the Crucible is really, really bad when it comes to balancing because let me remind you, I played Advanced Warfare for a month, and that was probably the most unbalanced multiplayer experience I have ever had.
Yeah.
Period. I mean, first it was the BAL, then the ASM-1, and it just...
It never changed. Those are the only good guns in the game still, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. And that's why I had to get rid of that.
Isn't it like that with most COD? Oh, not really. Because I guess in some CODs you could play around and use different weapons and still do well, right? Theoretically.
Yeah, like Black Ops 2. Like Black Ops 2, I thought the gun balancing in that game was okay. Because I used a lot of ARs. I used a lot of submachine guns.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a pretty balanced game. I mean, of course,
it was pretty balanced minus the snipers. Because the snipers look at meta. Well, it's the same concept. Like you have these guns that completely stray away from what the meta is supposed to be. Because like in Black Ops 2, the time to kill was a little longer than most COD games. So there was that little chance of like a gun dance with you and another person. But with a sniper, they could just aim in and quick scope you, and that completely ruins that whole concept of I guess dancing with somebody in a gunfight. And you could translate that into Destiny. The same thing with the Thorn, possibly the Hawkmoon, and the Last Word. It completely ruins that sort of meta, having that one-on-one gunfight. And that's just, to me, that's what makes it not very fun. Kind of sucks. Yeah. But, I think they are going to address it. I mean, they have to, because people are screaming at the top of their lungs on forums and on Reddit and obviously on YouTube and now on podcasts. So it's eventually going to happen. Whether or not it's going to be as soon as we would like, I don't know. But I mean, they're highly aware of it. I almost promise you that.
Yeah, I mean, they play the game too, so they have to know about it.
Yeah, I would love to be in the Destiny developer studio and hear one of them bitch about the Thorn Hawkmoon or Last Word.
I would love to go.
And they're in the office, and they're in the fucking office, like with Luke Smith behind them, and he's just there laughing.
He's throwing money at the screen and everything. Oh my god.
He's literally pulling money out of his wallet and throwing it at his computer screen at work. That's fucking... the thought of that is fucking hilarious.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
Speaking of which.
Oh man, okay. Transition.
Transition, baby, yeah.
That's my idea, goddammit.
Let's talk about the Taken King now.
Alright. Money at the
Oh man. Great transition, I must say.
Yeah.
But so what are you guys looking forward into the Taken King, honestly? Raid. Yeah.
More
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Harder than Ball to Glass.
Yeah. I've talked about this to a lot of people, and I understand like Skolas. I don't know about you guys, but for me, Skolas is really, really difficult. And even
I've never
then,
played it, so I can't give my opinion on
okay, yeah, I played it twice so far. I've beaten it, of course. It took me a really long time. It took me like a solid I think I started like 9 p.m. and I ended up at like 5 a.m. Because that was the first week. No one really knew the mechanics. Well, granted, it's really easy mechanics, but the first week it's burn them. I believe it was solar burn, so we just had to go through the craziest. Who could get the most Gallahorns off of him in the second. It's kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm hoping it's good. I want it to keep my attention, like the what was it, the Dark Below, and then the
House
oh my
of
god,
Wolves.
No, House of Wolves, right? Well, no. Wait, what was the? Was it the House of Wolves? Okay, no. I'm thinking of the Dark Below. I'm sorry, the whole Crotazan, Vault of Glass stuff. Like that kept my attention for quite some time. And
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the new expansion does that too. But is this expansion supposed to hold us off for how long? Is there another one planned? Like, because I know this is supposed to be pretty much Destiny 1.5, supposed
Yeah, a
to.
lot of people said that.
Yeah, like it's supposed to change a lot of things, whether it be how the game works or items work and things. Just like Crota's and or not Crota's and House of Wolves changed certain things about the game that improved upon it. I'm just curious if this is just going to be just another raid and new missions, which it obviously is going to be, but what the actual in-game content, if it's going to be lengthy enough to hold our attention until whatever other DLC packages are planned later on. Yeah. So.
I mean, personally, I know Taken King's supposed to be $40. I'm not happy with that price tag, but I'm kind of excited because $40. Hopefully, that means more content.
Yeah.
I mean,
Than
we got a
maybe
full new
just
place,
more
so-
than just a raid and a few missions.
Yeah.
Maybe Bungie has something up their sleeves. Maybe they're gonna surprise us. Who knows?
More
I would like
emotes.
more story because at this point, YouTubers that focus on lore give a way better story than Bungie has in their own game, and that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
I've gotten more in depth into the story from watching lore videos on YouTube than from the
Same.
actual game itself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
and
it's really funny that Bungie didn't do well with the story, considering the fact that they made 3 Halo games that were very, very popular because of their campaign.
there's a lot of theory behind that mess, and mess because of the whole development of Destiny. But I'm not even going to get into that because that's a whole just conspiracy theory on Reddit that I saw a while ago. But as far as the Taken King, I'm a little skeptical. Like not because of $40 price tag. I think it's I guess fair if it's a legitimate expansion and not just extra content. I want it to be like an expansion, like a World of Warcraft or Guild Wars, that type of expansion.
Yeah.
But like the whole price points, whether it be digital or physical, and especially the fact that they're basing a console off of an expansion. And I understand expansion means supposed to be bigger, but in my head, it's still fucking DLC. The fact that they're having a PS4 console that's based off of DLC, that's kind of crazy.
I mean,
to me.
It's kind of weird because I'm right here looking at my white PS4 that I got by,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Yeah, it's kind of
Like,
weird
you
now.
know
It's just
what
like,
I
hey,
mean?
look, we got a better one now. I'm just like, oh, great, so that makes mine obsolete. That's awesome.
Yep.
There was
Absolutely what I
never a
wanted.
console that launched with a DLC.
No,
No,
this is
based
the first
off
thing
the-
ever. All of
Wow.
all consoles that are always based off of an actual game, they're never based off of fucking expansion. That's a first.
And I feel like
Bravo
I feel like
Activision.
Bungie's trying to push it in, like, but no, it's not for DLC. It's for
Yeah.
Destiny 1.5.
And the
Here we
funny
go.
thing is that everybody that's like champions for the whole expansion or Taken King, they're like, no, it's not a DLC. It's a game. The Taken King is a game. It's just like that's fucking Bungie giving you lip service. But do you actually know that? Fuck no. Maybe a few handful of people, but the people that try to champion it, it's like, dude, don't be fucking blind. Like I love Destiny. I know J4 and 12th Man likes Destiny, but I'm not blind to the fact that that it possibly won't be all it's cracked up to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. And one thing I am curious about, does that PS4 Taken King edition, does it come with the bonus stuff that the collector's edition of Taken King comes with too?
I don't think it does.
It
I think
should.
it comes with
Because
the...
if it doesn't, that's a
$800 for
fucking
console.
rip-off. Like, you know what I mean? It should come with everything.
I
You're
think it's just the legendary
500.
edition. I might want to search that up. I'm not,
God,
I'm
that
not
would,
too sure, though.
oh, I'd be furious. I'd be furious if I got that.
But dude, you're spending like an extra $50 on the cool designs on the PS4. How could you be mad with that?
I'll just go to freaking Toasty Stickers and get that put on my PS4, dude.
Dear God, no.
Do you feel like the people who didn't really give Destiny a chance, do you believe that when the Taken King comes out, do you think that they should probably give the game another chance? Since there's
That's a
more
good
content
question.
now?
I think maybe some people, but there still is going to have to be somewhat of a grind in order to catch up with the rest of your friends already into Destiny. I think that's one of the biggest reasons why they made leveling up to 34 a little bit easier, as opposed to having to grind for armor like you had to in Crota's End.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I feel bad for the people that grinded to level 30 in the Vault of Glass, because to me that was a lot harder.
I didn't get to do it.
Yeah, the chances of you getting full armor, forget it. It was super slim. I still haven't gotten full armor.
Me neither, man.
I quit the game after a month.
Yeah.
And then after the horrible experience I had with Advanced Warfare, I came back, got the DLC, and I've been playing ever since. I'm surprised I never got bored of it. But yeah, grinding for armor was so hard. So hard.
Quick question for you guys. Like, another thing I saw somewhere else on the internet is someone mentioned that, like, with the House of Wolves, we had a bit of a problem where, the weapons that we have right now, no one's using them in House of Wolves. We're using all the old stuff. Like, let's be honest. Our Fate Bringers, our Fate Divisions, our Icebreakers, all that stuff. Do you guys think that we should be able to send our stuff from Taken King, or no, from House of Wolves to Taken King?
That's a good question. I would like to, but I would understand if Bungie pushes having to use the new weapons and possibly maybe having an incentive with those weapons. But you're right. With a chance of us having the ability to ascend our Fate Bringers and all our old favorites to the new damage cap, it kind of makes the newer weapons not all that great, because, to be honest, they're not. Yeah. Maybe some of the Trials weapons are good, but outside from that, the regular weapons that drop outside maybe a Matador or a Party Crasher, there's really no point in owning the new weapons at all. Yeah. To me, at least.
Yeah, I know. I barely touch any of the other weapons with when it comes to Prison of Elders. Like, I think it's the Wolf Claw too, which is not a rifle, of course. So I mean, it makes it even less useful. But when it comes to like an Arcburn, Nightfall, let's say, I have my Oversoul Edict and I've got my Wolf Slayer Claw. I'm like, which one am I going to use? Duh. Yeah,
exactly. And the funny thing is that I'm actually holding on to a couple of auto rifles, only with the hopes that there will be a buff, and I think everybody else is doing the same. Like, I have a couple of auto rifles with really good rolls.
I still have.
I still have my fucking Vanquisher, bro.
So do I.
Me too. That's what I was gonna
I guess we all do. All right.
I have the Vanquisher with fucking Field Scout and Third Eye. I'm ready to fucking rock Crucible as soon as that buff comes, dude.
Like, mine just has crowd control, so I kept it.
Oh,
I
that's
got
beast.
Vanquisher, her right hand, pest control. I mean,
damn.
I'm still collecting them, but I'm not using them, obviously.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
Hopefully, if a buff happens,
I'm hoping that there is an incentive to use the new guns, because if it continues like this, it kind of defeats the purpose of grinding for new gear outside of armor, that you do need. But
I mean, it's weird because I figured when like I'm thinking of Vision of Confluence, right? It has the perks on it. It's like destroy oracles more quickly. And I'm thinking, okay, it's perfect if it stays on that 300 mark, because it makes it useful when it comes to that level 30 Vault of Glass.
Yeah.
So it's right there where it needs to be. But since they ascended it, it's like, why use any other scout rifle?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, even with the added perks, it just it's like, who cares?
Yeah, and not only that, but I feel like a lot of the new perks that came with the DLC are trash, anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of get in the Hidden Hand is a really good perk, I will say. But most of the time, they just get in the way of good rolls when you are re-rolling weapons at the gunsmith. So.
Oh yeah.
Also, just thinking about that too, do you think that weapon should be able to be re-rolled? Because I mean, that was just a special thing for Iron Banner for the longest time. Now we're able to do it to all weapons, again, making the new ones that are like raid weapons less valuable, because we can't re-roll them.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna go away. I think it's gonna stay. So,
my personal belief, I think it'd be a better idea to have like armor re-rolls.
I think that might be a thing. I don't know if they were talking about it or people just throwing that idea out there, but that will be pretty interesting to try to get different armor rolls. So that'd be cool. Definitely, I would like that at least.
I would like that too.
Yeah.
Armor rolls, yeah.
So I don't know. I just don't want it to be more of the same, man. That's my thing.
We can all agree on that.
And because I'll be honest, House of Wolves, it wasn't worth my money. Outside of maybe a couple of the weapons from Trials, I'm not even grinding the House of Wolves stuff. I'm just playing regular Crucible now, because I don't care for Prison of Elders. None of the weapons or exotics really tickle my fancy right now. There's no reason for me to grind.
I mainly play Prison because of the etheric light to get my
Yeah.
stuff all maxed out.
Exactly, and there we go again. You know, you get your etheric light to send your stuff. You're just like, I don't
Yep.
want any new stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Granted,
So,
the trial stuff on my Titan looks so sick, but
but yeah, House of Wolves. Yeah, I didn't personally. It was okay. Just I don't know. I felt like they were lacking a lot of stuff.
I think the overall tweaks to
just-
the game they did were good. I just don't think the actual game, like what came with the game, was as good as Crota's End. To me, Crota's End was a little bit better of a DLC content-wise, I think, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the Taken King is their apology.
Well, we know Luke Smith already issued his, so
all right. So I guess we're moving on to the next subject, which is of course PvE content.
yeah,
So I mean, we kind of already touched on this a little bit,
yeah,
but I mean, even like we were just talking about how I mean, 12th Man, you said that you're doing all the Prison of Elders and stuff like that. Eventually, there's a point where it just runs dry, where you're just
Yeah,
like,
it is.
okay, I kind of just don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
After you get the Queen's Web, after you get the Lord of Wolves, you get the Dreg's Promise, Queen Breaker's Bow, which two of those you don't really even need at all. The
Yeah.
third one is just kind of like, eh.
yeah.
So
I heard Drake's Promise is trash.
It is trash. It's
Yeah.
garbage. There's no point in even having it.
And
I don't even know
Queen
why
Breaker's
that's
Bow
an
is just fun
exotic.
to use.
Yeah,
That's it. It's not very good either.
yeah,
It doesn't really work well as a fusion rifle or a sniper, in my opinion. So
yeah.
I see people do well with it in Crucible though, but
I think it's the best weapon for when people aren't looking.
Yeah.
yeah, probably.
You can just get a quick headshot on them, you know.
I wouldn't use it in trials though. Probably definitely not.
I used it in Widow's Court one time, and that got me absolutely destroyed. When I just like peeked the corner, I was charging it, and nope, I just got headshotted. So
Man.
yeah,
Well,
so
yeah.
I mean, like when it comes to like the length of all the stuff, I mean, I think I myself am dry on Prison of Elders. I just don't want to do it anymore. I
Me
beat
neither.
Skullhouse twice. I'm just like, okay, I don't really care for these other exotics. I want Lord of Wolves. I got the Queenbreaker's Bow.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, you know, I'm not really feeling it. I mean,
You know-
Oh, you go ahead.
You know what I think is another factor? The fact that they chopped the players in half. It's only 3 people, and there's no real, I guess, legitimate teamwork involved outside of maybe dismantling mines or destroying mines. It doesn't give you the same satisfaction like you would going in a 6-man raid and having to do certain things, whether it's Vault or Crota's End.
Crota,
And
yeah.
I think that's a big issue.
I mean, do you remember when Vault originally came out? I don't know about you
Oh,
guys,
yeah.
but that took forever to beat.
Dude,
that took forever.
I watched the second team in the world complete it live. Like I just popped into a random stream and it happened to be Dato's stream and he did it in like 10 hours or however long it took them to do it.
yeah, and it was
What?
awesome because like,
Yeah.
Dang.
yeah. I mean, now for us it's like 10 hours. Like,
Yeah.
but like you have to think about it. Like the mechanics were all new. They were
Yeah.
all like so fresh. Like I think the Vault of Glass came out the first week that Destiny came out, or maybe a week after, something like that. First week reset.
It was a while after it came out, I think.
Okay, well
It was-
I
it
don't
was an
recall.
update. Yeah, it's been a while. Trust me, we've been playing this game for a long time, so I don't blame you.
I think
Yeah.
it came out like a month after.
Yeah,
I
because I
believe
remember it
it
came
was.
out before the Queen's bounties came out first. So,
Yeah, because all of the please buff Vex Mythoclast videos. No, please nerf,
Please nerf,
Vex
yeah.
Mythoclast.
Please
yeah.
buff, dear God.
No,
dude,
no, all the please nerf Vex Mythoclast videos came out in October.
oh, dude, I got to use that weapon a day before they nerfed it, dude. It was fucking, dude. It was, oh my god, it would melt people so fucking fast. It was so good.
I'm so jealous, dude. I didn't get that thing until April.
I have video of me getting it too.
I still don't have it. So yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I feel bad for you, 12th. You need that thing.
Well, you know, I have Gallahorn, so
Oh, oh wow! Pull out the galley horn on me, dude.
I don't know. I hope the PvE content will be good. I hope it'll be worthwhile.
I hope so too. I mean, they got the new location. They got the what is it called? The Dreadnought, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they said something about plenty of loot. I don't care too much about the loot, to be honest. I mean, if they make it harder to find the exotic weapons, I mean, at least maybe it'll keep me playing longer.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, you know, I just rather them kind of just please just expand on the story, please. Or actually, don't expand, start the story, please.
Give us a backstory, yeah, please. Like,
Yeah.
what is going on?
Yeah. At this
Seriously.
point, at this point, the fans are telling the fans what really happened, and that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But apparently, they're supposed to change a lot of the old content. Like, they're supposed to change the world, because of whatever.
Right. They said they were gonna change a couple of things.
Yeah.
That the strikes. I remember one of them being the one with the Cabal. I don't remember what it's called right now.
Ballista RX strike.
Yes, that one. That one.
Yeah.
Service Bay 3. That's it. And they're gonna put some Taken in them. Like that's awesome. I hate that strike, but it now might make me more interested in it.
Yeah.
I just hate it because it's annoying, but
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with it.
Spot.
The cheese spot, of course. But it always is really interesting because like, what if they put that stuff into raids? Like, how interesting would it be if like when you get into Crota, like that thing is easy for me now. I can solo Crota basically by myself.
Yeah.
That's a little redundant, solo Crota by myself, but whatever. Yeah, like what if it's like you take Crota's shield down, take and swarm you left and right. Like what do you think of that? That sounds like an awesome idea to me. So you can refresh on the old content and bring in the new content at the same time.
Yeah, that'll definitely be cool.
mean-
I just wonder if they're gonna have. See, the thing is, what I'm curious about is if they're going to change things. Does that mean that you won't be able to play the old content the way it was anymore?
I mean,
You know what I mean? Like if they change the world, does that mean you'll never be able to play the original mission of that part, whatever they change?
I mean, thinking about it, having Crota's End, like if you do Crota's End after you beat Oryx, that's kind of it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But, actually, thinking about that, just going back a little bit, I really love the idea that it seems like they're playing some sort of story here because I mean we're talking about Crota's father, right?
Yeah.
I believe so, right? So we killed him. And I think there's going to do something with like Eris Morn going to the Reef or something. I heard something like that, and they're going to kind of make like an alliance to fight Oryx. And I'm like, that sounds awesome. They actually managed to put two completely separate experiences, put them together, and hopefully like this combination of like I'm not saying it will be, but this kind of combination of House of Wolves and The Dark Below would make for of course an even better DLC. Kind of learning from their mistakes from both and improving on them, so we can just get a better DLC overall. I hope.
That sounds pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thanks, sure.
Maybe we can figure out who are all these people.
Yeah. Yeah. And I hope it's explained more than just like cutscenes that really don't matter. And speaking of the cutscenes, dude,
skippable cutscenes.
Well, yeah, that's fucking awesome. But to me, that's not something that people should be happy about because that's something that indie games have. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's some things that like 8-bit indie games fucking have this.
But I mean, at the same time, when you're trying to get some glimmer, I don't remember what mission it is, but the one I think it's a Dark Beyond.
Yeah.
You always want to see that cutscene? Like, come on.
What I would love for them to expand upon is I want to know more about that fucking stranger. They never talked about that character at all.
Oh, and by the way, I think 12th Man and I talked about this. We both, I don't know about you, Pico, but I still love the pulse rifle that she gave us to Stranger.
Yes,
I still have mine.
I still have mine. Yeah, I still have mine too.
It's such an awesome pulse rifle. I hope they kind of expand on that pulse rifle. Or maybe, who knows, maybe they'll force you to use it again and it'll be some sort of secret
I would
weapon.
love the option to make it into a legendary.
Yeah.
That would be freaking cool.
I guess
I was going to say exotic, but
Wait.
One or the other. One or the other.
Fate of all fools, boys.
Oh.
I mean, it was data mined, but it didn't. Bungie confirmed it wasn't in the game. It was just data mined, so that's really annoying. We only have 3 exotics, but I guess whatever.
I would also like them to find a way to bring back some of the Crota and normal weapons from when the game first came out.
Oh, like Shadow Price?
We all immediately thought about the Shadow Price, I guess, because that weapon was
I never got
awesome.
to experience that.
I had it, but I didn't know how good it was. I never really went into the Crucible when Vanilla Destiny was out, so I dismantled as soon as the Dark Below came out, and I've regretted it ever since. And by the way, I don't have a Fatebringer. Guess what my first weapon drop in Vault of Glass was? I dismantled.
Fatebringer.
Because I thought hand cannons were awful.
Oh my god, Fatebringer, really?
Yeah, and now I can't get it anymore, so screw my life.
Dang.
That's how things work out for me.
Wow. That's unfortunate, bro.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
The one weapon, when you don't even look for Vex anymore, you don't even look for an exotic anymore, you're just looking for like the best legendary in the game, basically. Best PvE legendary, I'd say.
The one weapon that never dropped for me, and I had to buy it from Xur, was Thunderlord.
Thunderlord?
That weapon never dropped for me. I've been playing Destiny forever, and then he finally sold it, and I was like, well, that kind of takes the magic away from this.
Yeah.
That was me with Suros. Like, Suros never dropped.
Let's talk about Xur real quick, because just thinking about that too, like I like Xur when he comes to the tower, and I was like, yeah, I can get exotics. But then like when you think about it, it's just like this is kind of too easy to get though.
Yeah.
And it's like wouldn't like the experience like it's easier when like okay, let me put it into these kind of words. Like let's say you went through the worst nightfall of your life. Let's say you went through Valistar and they fixed the cheese spot. Okay.
Yeah. Oh God.
with solar burn, arc burn, and void burn. But yeah, I don't dear God, it sounded awful right there. But imagine that happen, and then you drop a galley. You know, you get a galley, right? You know, that's like the most important. That's nearly like getting a child, like important moment right there. Okay. And this other guy, I know Zer will never sell it. Dear God, my English. But I know Zer will never sell it. But like, what if Zer sells that galley the very next day? I'm sure that's happened to plenty of people where they've gone through the worst struggle ever, and then Zer just sells it the next day. You know.
But at the same time, like that moment is never lost though. Like that moment of you earning that weapon, I guess in a harder setting, it'll never be gone. You know, even though he might sell it the next day. I mean, I understand it might take away a little bit.
That's not really
but still.
I was about to say, like, that's not too much of my point, though, because, I mean, of course he's going to keep the experience. But I'm talking about the other guy that just, you know, he just buys it from Zer, you know? He's like, he doesn't get that experience.
He doesn't, but you know what? Fuck him. That's what RNG is for, dude.
True.
Not everybody.
I mean, I hate to be the guy that, you know, went through that struggle and got a No Land Beyond, so.
Oh, God.
Considering I've gotten 7 of those things.
That's one thing that I don't give a shit whether or not it's buffed or nerfed. I don't care about that gun.
I feel like they made that gun for people who like the quick scope and trick shot in Call of Duty.
Okay, no, listen. That gun is like the biggest joke when you walk into Crucible. But when you see that thing in Trials of Osiris, you're afraid. I don't know about you guys, but I've seen that gun plenty of times, and that means that guy knows what he is doing, and he demolishes everybody within seconds. Like, I'm picking my head out in Widow's Court. He lands, like, a triple headshot, like, first second. I'm just like, okay, that sounds like fun. You know? Not cool. Of course, that didn't actually happen, but close enough to what actually happened, so. Yeah. All right. I guess we'll move on to the next subject, which is the weekly update that we got, which we saw with the, I believe it's, they said they're going to do this in Taken King, right? Where they're going to make the new quest page, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
That's gonna be
I didn't know if it was to be before. So it's going to be the Taken King. So we're going to be getting a lot more bounty slots, which is always fun because I'm running out of spots as it is right now.
Yeah, I'm out.
I don't even pick up
there used to be less than that too. There used to be only 5 spots.
Yeah.
Remember that? That's crazy.
Dear God. I don't even pick up very small stuff anymore because, it's just like I have too much going on right now and those are too hard. So,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's pretty exciting to me just to get new bounties and stuff. Or not. Well, actually, I think they are going to include new bounties. I think there's something about new patrols as well, which is also great.
Yep.
Anything new, like I think we talked about before, anything new, anything refreshing, I'm good. Sounds good.
Yeah.
As long as it's not something stupid like a Thorn 2, I'm good. Increased range, increased time on damage.
The Son of Thorn.
Son of Thorn. That sounds awful. The Son of Thorn.
The Son of Thorn.
Rose.
I wonder if they're waiting for the new DLC to drop in order to improve the game, that like all the things that people are asking about. You know what I mean? Like weapon balance and any other tweaks that people have wanted. Which there's no doubt in my mind that's what's probably going to happen. We're going to have to wait a bit for them to improve it. Just so they could just drop it all in just one big package and make everybody happy, or at least a lot of people happy at once. So.
I mean, how long can they keep on like having us wait before people start like dropping out? I mean, granted, I know the Destiny fan base we have right now is like pretty dedicated in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'd be surprised if that many people dropped out, but I'm pretty sure a good amount of people will be so annoyed with the game. There's nothing to do really in PvE, and all the PvP stuff is kind of broken at the moment. I'm sure some people will drop out and probably won't be too good on Bungie's end, especially their wallet. Especially when they're trying to throw money at the screen. It's not going to work out when it's empty. So
yeah.
The thing about Destiny is that even if, let's say, like nothing really happens between now and the Taken King, it still has the appeal to where it knows like you're gonna be back. You'll be back. Unlike Call of Duty, I haven't been back there in a freaking long time because I know it hasn't changed. But being that there is a big change coming, I think even if people like drop the game for a few months, I think they'd still come back because those same people grinded to the high levels and grinded to all the good weapons. So to have that opportunity to do that again, yeah, they'll definitely be back for sure.
Yeah.
You know,
just a thought, but I completely forgot what I was talking about. So, quest page
quest.
again.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about quests, do you guys know what we're talking about? Because I have no idea.
Yeah. It's apparently they're from the looks of it, it looks like quests are gonna be like multi-stage. It looks like, and it's gonna give you an idea of how far along you are with their quests.
Oh, right. I remember seeing something like a progress bar on your bounties or something
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. And I hope they have some sort of notifications on your HUD, you know, as far as completing a bounty and stuff, as opposed to having to go to your menu screen, look at the bounty, and see how
I think they did mention that. I think that they said that they were going to do something similar to that. Because
Yeah.
I think they said like right where your you know, where it shows your melee, your ammo, all that, they're gonna have like
Yeah.
right to the left of that. So I'm like, oh, that sounds like a good spot to put it. But
Yep. See, if
Yeah.
you pull up the news page, and there's that second image where it says the House of Wolves. It has a whole bunch of quest steps for you to complete this, I guess, Silent Fang quest or whatever it is it's called, which looks pretty cool. So it looks like so instead of like, I guess, your standard bounty, they're gonna have, I guess, multiple quests, I guess maybe bounties or quests, whatever you want to call them. So that'll look pretty interesting. That'll definitely lengthen the game some.
yeah.
Yeah, keep the game going so
Yeah.
people won't get bored of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One more question I come up with just on the spot. But
Yeah.
I was thinking about the exotic bounties and all of them, you know.
Uh-huh.
What do you think? I almost thought about like making all the weapons kind of exclusive like to bounties, but you know, you have to like, instead of like, you know, going through the nightfall and you get the exotic itself, why not get like a bounty and then, you know, continue making it kind of more difficult? So I mean, they have like, players have something more to strive for, I guess. Keeps them playing, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. What do you guys think?
That's
What do you
kind of
mean,
a
like-
good idea.
Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm not quite understanding.
Oh, okay. So let's say you complete a nightfall. Instead of getting Galahorn, you get something called like the quest for Galahorn. I don't know, and it's bounty.
Oh, okay. So pretty
Kinda like
much
the Thorn
new
bounty.
new exotic bounties, basically.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
But for
Yeah.
all exotics instead of, you know, just making them drop.
Oh.
Yeah, I
that'll
know.
be
It'll
interesting.
give you a sense of accomplishment, like
Yeah.
bigger sense of accomplishment.
Unless
Okay.
it's killing
If
people
you-
with void weapons 500
Yeah.
times. Yeah.
That was hell,
Yeah.
but
That was
it was
annoying,
cool.
but-
It was
Yeah.
cool.
Like once you get it, it's just like, oh, okay, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Exactly,
that for a while.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean that'll be cool. I'm pretty sure there will be new exotic bounties. There's no doubt in my mind. Whether or not those exotic weapons will be good, I don't know. But I think they have to be at this point, because the new exotic weapons, like, I'm like, come on, Bungie, really? That's what you give us, really? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, the
Like-
only exotic to be shown off right now was the Jade Rabbit, and you know, that was just a emblem.
Yeah.
So that's weird, and it's PlayStation exclusive as well. So I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, especially because it's another exotic scout rifle. I mean, at first we didn't have enough. Now we have too many,
Yeah.
including the ones that haven't actually been out yet. You know, we have 2 other ones just kind of waiting.
I'm wondering if they're actually going to increase vault space yet again.
I'd imagine they probably would. I'd be surprised if they didn't. But the only problem with that is I think the Xbox 360.
Yeah,
and the
thanks
PlayStation
to
Yeah.
the last
Last gen,
players,
yep.
we
they're just
can't
holding
get
us
that.
back. They're dead weight
Yeah.
right now. Sorry, you guys
Thanks
over there,
to
but
the welfare gamers, we can't do it.
They should definitely give us something, you know, make us feel like we're appreciated because we got it on the new consoles.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at least offer them a discount so they can move to the new console.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know, man. But-
And what's funny is, like, I like to hear, I like when people say, you know, oh, what if they can't afford yada yada yada. It's like, well, number one, how do they afford the initial console plus the game plus the internet plus the TV plus the accessories? Don't tell me you can't afford it. Come on. Like, you already
Yeah.
spent all that. Like, where did the money previously come from? It just vanished?
I mean, especially
Yeah.
because, you know, when you see, like, I don't know about you, but I have a GameStop app on my phone, and like every other minute it notifies me that like, this Xbox 360, if you sell it back to get a PS4, you get $200 off. I'm like, holy shit!
Exactly.
I
Like,
wish I
there's-
had one.
Like, come on, like, it's been 2 years. You expect that fucking old ass console that's 10 years old to last you a little bit longer? Come on, it's time to
Yeah, I mean, seriously,
Time
this
to give up.
generation has started since, I mean, last
2006?
2013, technically 2012 with the Wii U, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Except that thing's
But
dead.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's about time these people moved on.
Yeah.
It's
Yep,
about
yep.
time.
I
I
feel like
agree.
everyone's. I can see a lot of hate mail, but oh boy. But you know, I think that's all the topics we have right now. You guys have anything to add on?
I have one more thing to say.
Sure.
Let's talk about the Destiny community on YouTube.
Okay.
All right.
I've noticed that I know a lot of people.
Quick thing. Let's not bring up any names before we get more hate mail than we already got.
Oh yeah. Well, I might bring up a name or two, but I'm not mentioning them in a negative way.
Okay, sounds good. Okay.
I know with me and maybe Pico, I don't know. There are some people who, they post Destiny videos, but they don't do as well compared to, Call of Duty and other games like that. But I have noticed that there are some YouTubers like More Consoles or DPJ or Mrs. Watts.
Hmm.
They post Destiny, and it seems like their channels blew up.
Well, I think it's because they
So
were initially like they started at the beginning of Destiny. Um, and not only that, but they had a dedicated fan base and they had the personality for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, people like Dado started before. Like, you can start off with Destiny news about, like, just the littlest things.
Yeah, way
So,
before the game even came out.
yeah.
Watts, people watched her content regardless of what she was playing. Like before Destiny, she was all about Titanfall.
and
You
Call
know,
of Duty too.
yeah, and Call of
2.
Duty.
Yeah.
And then she started being into Destiny more, and she developed that fan base. But like I've been a fan of 5,000 watts since what's his name? Chris Smooth gave her a shout out way back in the day.
They did a
So
video together.
yeah, yeah, like I remember that shit. So it's just like even though she's transitioning to other games, and granted, I understand that I'm gonna watch more because I'm into Destiny, but the fact that I've stuck around because she's a good YouTuber.
Yeah.
So I mean, if people are there at the right time or they give the right information at the right time, I mean, I understand that blows them up. So I don't know.
Do you still think to get the fan base for Destiny, do you think it's still up for grabs on YouTube?
It's still there. I mean, it's a growing franchise right now, and to me, it's the. I mean, I don't know hard facts, but it's safe to assume that Destiny is a more popular shooter number wise as far as concurrent players than Call of Duty is right now.
I think
Yeah.
that's pretty fair to say, especially because a lot of people dropped off the face
And
of
let me,
Advanced Warfare.
exactly, and let me tell you this right now, dude. It's pretty surprising knowing that a live stream of somebody walking around the reef got more concurrent viewers than the COD Pro Championship. That says a fucking lot. Just
Yeah.
characters walking around the reef, no gameplay, no really like in depth of anything, just them showing the reef off, dude. Just a player space got more viewer base than the COD Pro Championship. That says a fucking lot about Destiny and the amount of people that are behind the community, dude.
Yeah, and I love
Yeah.
this community, to be honest with you. Like, I can go on to LFG anywhere, and you never really run into a bad egg. I don't know if you guys have an experience with, bad.
With the
Every once in a
exception
while.
of the people who DDoS and
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
that-
like,
all
that's
that.
that's with any online competitive.
That's what any online game. But other than that, yeah, I think the Destiny community is a lot better.
You know what it is also, 12th man. A lot of it has to do with the fact that this game isn't really focused on player versus player. It's the whole focus is you getting a fire team together and going gung ho with your friends and promoting that sort of thing, teamwork, and not really having player opposition. If you're not in Crucible, that's going to promote a more positive attitude. Call of Duty has always been about selfishness. I want to
Yeah.
get the higher score. I want
I
to be
want
the
to
one.
get the chopper gunner. I
Yeah,
want
it's gonna be
get
me. Like, why the fuck are my
nuclear-
team? Like, my teammate ruined the chances of me getting this, or it's always me, 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 me. And because of that, I think that kind of puts the community in a bad mindset. Of course, not everybody's like that. I understand there's very good people in both camps, but I think the fact that it promotes that Destiny promotes players working together and playing against computer enemies or whatever the fuck you want to call them, it's gonna make the community a little bit more positive. At least that's my theory on it. But I mean, I could be wrong.
I
So.
think it's a pretty good way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I said, I originally said about the Destiny community on YouTube.
Yeah.
I totally thought about it. I said that I want to make Destiny my number one game for content because one, I'm having fun with the game. It's the number one game I play
Mhm.
on at the moment because Call of Duty hasn't been giving me the satisfaction compared to Destiny, and also even though there are some big YouTubers in the Destiny community on YouTube, it's still up for grabs
Yeah.
because in my personal opinion, it's the fastest growing sub community on YouTube because the Call of Duty train has left the window years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, everything that community is on lock. It's hard to grow in that community unless you do some stuff, but I'm not going to bring that up. But the Destiny community, it's still up for grabs. So I feel like you still have a better chance of getting yourself out there in the Destiny community compared to any other. You know what I'm saying? So
I think it's there. It's just a matter of what to upload.
Yeah.
At this point, it's
Call of Duty.
Because I remember you made a video about that. You said that everything that you do, some other channel is doing, like Ingram openings or Zerv videos.
Dude, I still feel like I have the most entertaining motherfucking Ingram openings. God damn it!
Oh, yeah,
my editing and my style, dude. Nobody fucking touches that. And I could almost. I mean, I know it's a cocky thing to say, but you know, I'm confident in those types of videos. And I guarantee you, if I fucking did that same thing with supply drops, I'd have a lot bigger channel right now.
You know,
yo,
that's
Pico,
probably true too.
I saw some people in the comment section who I'm friends with on YouTube and whatnot.
Yeah.
They tell me that they hate Destiny and they don't like watching Destiny videos.
Yeah.
But they're also subscribed to you. And I swear, when I saw one of your Ingram opening videos, I went to the comment section. Those same people who were talking trash, they were saying, "Wow, this is an entertaining video, Pico." I was like,
Oh boy.
really?
No, I mean, I understand. Like, I mean, that's a whole nother tangent. I don't want to go into that on a podcast, but you know, I always feel like if somebody doesn't want to watch something, that's cool with it. You know, I understand that some of my subscribers come from Call of Duty and they don't like Destiny, so it's all good to me. You know, it doesn't matter to me. But anyway,
That's true. You also need the personality as well. Like going back with Watt, she had the personality, so her fans, she can probably make a commentary over a blank screen. People still like it. You know what I mean?
But yeah, I think there is room to grow. So it's just a matter of finding something, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that all we got, boys?
I think that's it.
I think we did an hour.
Yeah.
Probably
We're about 45 minutes in, so I think we're good. Any concluding thoughts?
Hopefully we'll have a lot more people. Last time, some people had to cancel, unfortunately.
Yeah, they were busy. We'll probably be full set next week.
Yeah.
But anyways, I guess that's it for us. You guys want to say some buys? You know? I don't know.
Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already.
Yo, what up?
Yeah, man. I appreciate you guys having me on. It was fun, man. Good times. I'm looking forward to hearing more episodes and who else you bring on in the future, man.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate everyone that came onto the podcast, 12th Man Pico, especially you because you're a guest. But, you know, that's it. I honestly can't think of anything else to say, so it's just getting awkward.
Peace.
We'll see you guys later.
Later.